Well, thanks very much. It is Tax Tuesday here on Midday. Time to get your questions answered about filing your taxes. Today we're focusing on itemized deductions that can save you money on your tax bill and how you can claim them properly using Schedule A. Joining us now, tax expert Jonathan McCormick with Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Welcome back. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
And lots of folks are kind of knee-deep in their taxes right now.
Yes,
The Schedule A may be something that they spend too much of their time on.
Well, it's a very broad form, actually. There's quite a few things that go into it. You know, there's the standard things like the mortgage interest on your house and the real estate taxes and your charity deductions. Now, some of the things that people might overlook or not think about is, you know, like if you take some clothes to Goodwill or Salvation Army, you can actually take the miles that you take when you take the clothing in there, yes.
You might want to repeat that. So, like if you have to drive to drop off your donations, you kind of write that down?
Yes,
the mileage,
keep a mileage log, and you can take the miles on there. Likewise, you know, if your work sends you somewhere, now the commute from your house to your work doesn't count, but if you have to go anywhere for work, it counts. You know, possibly even if you're reimbursed by your employer, it might not be as much as the IRS gives you. Now, for example, like the IRS gives you 51 cents a mile. Sometimes your employer might give you, say, 30 cents a mile. You can take the difference on your tax return.
Okay, make sure you do that. Write everything down and keep that documented very well.
Absolutely.
Right? More. Let's hear more about the deductions that people may not realize that they can take.
Let's go back to the charity thing. You know, if you have some out-of-pocket expenses to help out a charity, like for example for the Boy Scouts, if you purchase uniforms for the Boy Scouts, anything like that, those are out-of-pocket expenses that you might not necessarily think about, but you can actually take the value of those on the tax return.
I know we've gotten some questions about the tolls. Should they come by the end of the year? And if you're going to work, you can't necessarily deduct that. But if you were doing a charity event and have to cross the tolls and use them?
Like I said, anything for work, if it's from your house to your main job, unfortunately, you can't take anything from there. But anything, if they send you to a different location, if you have to go to a seminar, anything along those lines, you can take.
Do you find often when people come to your office that they don't take some donations, and then on the flip side, they take too many? I mean, I'm sure you can get in trouble on either way.
There's a lot of both ways, I think. But, you know, there's a lot of people that actually have the mentality that if they're giving it to charity, they don't want to claim it on the tax return because it's supposed to be charity. They don't want to get a benefit for it, which, you know, is commendable, but you'll be losing out on some money if you do that.
I know. So, you can maybe help more people if you do take that deduction there.
Right.
How about some more things? Because, like you said, it's a pretty long sheet. So you can take other deductions as well, right?
You know, if you refinance your house, take the points that you due on the house, you have to amortize them, which is a little bit more involved. But you know, you can take the points if you refinance. You can take. I mean, there's a lot of little things like that. Most times, if you have a new loan on your house, you're going to have the mortgage insurance premiums. Those are also tax deductible. Might not be aware of that.
Right.
But,
well, there's some nuances that someone who has questions can sit down and talk with an expert like yourself. Jonathan, thank you very much.
You.
And we just kicked off our live tax tips chat at WAVY.com. A Jackson Hewitt tax expert on hand right now to answer your questions live in our online chat until 1:30 this afternoon. We're going to be back here next Tuesday with Jackson Hewitt. Until then, you can give them a call at 1-800-234-1040 for answers to your tax questions, or you can email them at midday@wavy.com.